Hi, welcome back again to Final Fantasy. We're actually just going to record some gameplay because I tried to stream earlier and I don't know if it's working. So, let's get back to the story. At this point, Omega has fought Nidhogg, or the whatever coming back of Nidhogg. So, we've lost Omega. We don't know what happened. Okay, let's go.
Right. I've ordered the malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
Oh!
Omega destroyed the cocoon. Hapolimo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
Oh, I feel so bad for her. She lost her best friend. Not sure why we lost contact with Omega, but I mean to find out. Let's be on our way. Oh boy. One moment everything was functioning perfectly, the next it wasn't. It makes no sense. We need to see what happened for ourselves and soon. Alphanod has the look of a man with much to say. Risking to express how glad I am to see you all unharmed. When Omega came hurtling towards the cocoon, everything dissolved into chaos. I have to see it. I have to see it with my own eyes. Ida, wait. We must first... Elder Seedseer is expecting us. Worry not, Alphanod. Kosetsu and I will watch over her. You may safely attend your meeting. My thanks, Yugiri. The council reconvened a short while ago. Let us make haste for Lotus Den. Oh, very good to hear of your testimony. How far away is the Lotus Den? The Conjurer's Guild. The Elder Seedseer waits you within. Yes. My friends, full eagerly have we awaited your return. If you indeed could have discharged the duty entrusted you, and most humbly do we thank you for seeing it done. You are too kind, Elder Caesar. As I recall, we as good as demanded the right to try, but tell me, how did the battle unfold? We succeeded in waking Omega A, but we lost contact with the weapon shortly after it launched from our position in the control room. We were blind to all that followed. Murderer. I don't even know how to say her name. What words could do justice to such a scene? None of my choosing that is much certain, but I can give you the facts. The cocoon hatched even as Omega arrived, and from its midst rose a great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the skies over. The primal's might defied belief. It seemed the very heavens would be rent asunder by the force of its blows, and it wielded such magics as I have never seen, and I hope to never see again. The battle raged on with no end in sight until both combatants were engulfed in a blinding flash of light. When the radiance faded, I saw the pair fall, motionless from the sky, coming to rest somewhere on Alamegan soil. I will not speak for the rest, but to my eye it seemed that each landed a fatal blow upon the other. While most among us could think only of Bahamut when looking upon the primal's form, the Domans heard to whisper the name Shinru. It would appear the being resembles a creature of a far eastern legend, and we have found it convenient to refer to it as such. The Shinru's fate, and indeed that of Omega, is yet unknown. We have alas no eyes on the Greer Abanian side of the border. Aye, which is why we have sent our main force under the command of Marshal Terrapin to capture the wall. Within perils and disarray, we have the perfect opportunity to secure Gridania's border and assess the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join the Marshal and his men when the council is adjourned. Well, that explains a few things. I'll wager the flash of light coincided with our loss of contact. Lest you wonder, we quickly re-engage Omega's stasis systems, so even if it has fallen into the Emperor's lap, it will be no noise of them, save perhaps as a statue. Correct. Without me to guide their efforts, it would take them decades to decipher Omega's core functions if they manage it at all. Such relationships do so much calm our fears, yet the relic's fate is one but of several concerns. Indeed, I humbly submit that the time has come for us to make contact with the resistance representatives of Gyre. Though a bird has forced our hand, it would seem only logical to seek an alliance given the of imperial retaliation, and by working in concert, it is not impossible that Almigo might finally be arrested by Gardamel's grasp. So much talking. You must be exhausted. I would ordinarily suggest that we retire directly to the Rising Stones, but I wonder if we might make first a small detour. He always wants to. Ishulta and the others have gathered at Amersic's Aspire, and I imagine that you too would be interested to see what has become of the wall now the cocoon is gone. It's decided then lead on. Alright. Let's just get on our chocobo. like Krau's outfit.
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primals shook the very firmament.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilberd's primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
And I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by Omega. Gods! I am no stranger to the works of Alag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
She is up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhaps she would welcome some company after all. Shall we?
The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalimo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
Ida, there is no need to explain.
But there is. I can't hide in Papalimo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask. 20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric. And my sister had fought alongside him. She was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too, and I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Charlian. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started?
You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Damn, I didn't know.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the SHROUD.
Oh.
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know. Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them. I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise. When Papalimo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done.
When in time did Ida become not Ida?
From 1.0 to 2.0. This whole time it's been her.
Did we know Ida in the beginning?
Before A Realm Reborn, you were with Ida. She died. You've been with Lise since A Realm Reborn.
So... Oh.
I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself. And it almost seemed easier to play the role. Papalimo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me. The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it. So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lise. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
War is upon us once more.
Regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker. We leave for the east, for Doma.
Doma. It was brave of Lise to remove her mask after so long. Though she has scarce begun to come to terms with Papalimo's loss, that one's act made plain her deters no move forward. And should she ever falter, we shall be there to support her on the road she has resolved to walk. Oh, yeah, let us return to the Rising Stones. We're at the end. We have finished Heavensward. I'm like a year behind. Wait, what's going on here though? may have mentioned, but Alphanauta apprised me of all that came to pass in Britannia. Your unit has to rest calm before the storm. Before Stormblood. Lisa's chosen her path and her friends, as we must do what's worth that choice. We are fated to turn the conflict in case, once the Alliance has taken the wall and opened the way to Gerbania, we will have little choice but to fight. Which is not to say the cause is unworthy. After all, ignoring the plight of those whom one might conceivably save is not wisdom but indolence. Correct? I for one look forward to joining hands with the Almegans and striking a blow against my tyranny of empire, as I respect to do. Like Martian pearls will soon come to their senses, we must be ready to face their retribution. Uh-oh. It's almost time, Father. I almost stand firm, Pippin. I learned to brace myself against the charge with the bow of Almigo. No foe will dislodge me. Very well, Bird. I will take our homeland back. For the both of us. Lord Viceroy, our scouts have confirmed the preliminary reports. Basil's wall has fallen to the Yostrian Alliance. And for Omega and the unknown Alpine yourself will both elude us. My Lord, the battle caused considerable damage across the region. Should we perhaps divert some of our forces from the search to undertake necessary reconstruction work? Aye, forgive me, my lord. I did not intend your will be done. Unknown? My spies tell me from the Domain's College, Shinru, and that it proved a match for Omega. Yes, the coming days promise to be the most interesting. Most interesting. He looks nasty. Who is this? There's always some bad dude. At the far edge of fate, the road begins anew. The heroes look to the eastern skies and behold the crimson hue. The dawn of liberation, a gathering storm of blood. We are now in Stormblood. We have finished Heavensward. A whole patch behind. Okay. Alphanauta is a man with a great deal on his mind. Of course.
Forgive me. Word from Baelsar's wall is proving long in the coming, and my mind cannot help but stray to grim places.
Alphino, a message from the Alliance.
It's about time. Pray summon the others at once.
Yes, sir.
I love Tataru, she's so cute.
General Uldin reports that his forces have secured the breach in Baelsar's wall.
And what of the Primal and Omega?
There is still no sign of either at this time. He writes that they will begin a more thorough investigation shortly. And, as expected, he wishes to petition the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
As expected.
The Alliance's decision to capture a part of Baelsar's wall is open to interpretation.
The wall serves to demarcate Imperial territory, Alamigo included, from the rest of Eorzea. To an observer, the Alliance's actions could be seen as a prelude to invasion.
Indeed. And the Alliance leaders have no wish to be branded invaders.
You're saying they won't fight for Alamigo? Even after everything that's happened?
Not without the consent of her people, no. Make no mistake, Lise. The Alliance is in complete agreement that the Empire must be purged from Eorzea. However, they will not set foot in Gyr Abania until they have formally secured the consent and cooperation of the Alamigan opposition.
They would have us act as intermediaries.
Precisely. The Scions are uniquely qualified to serve in this capacity. That is to say, Lise's, given her personal connection to the Resistance. Who better than you to broker an agreement between the Alliance and the people of Alamigo? Assuming you are willing, of course.
Of course I am.
Of course
you
she
know I'd
would.
like nothing more.
As for who should accompany you on said diplomatic mission, I had a mind to volunteer myself.
Well, that covers the talking part. But you just know there'll be trouble along the way. Are you available?
Me? As if you have to ask.
Thanks. It means a lot knowing you'll be there.
I too shall accompany you. Such endeavors are seldom hampered by a surfeit of healers.
Good point. Allow me to offer my services as well.
I have spent quite enough time here of late, so I'll be coming. But we will need someone to keep an eye on things.
Tataru?
I trust you have
Oh.
no objections.
Okay.
None, my lady.
Gladly
Gladly shall I continue to serve as caretaker of the Waking Sands, and there keep watch for signs of primal and Ascian activity both.
As capable as my learned friend undoubtedly is, there are some troubles that may prove too much for a single scion, on account of which I mean to stay.
It is settled then. Let us each see to our preparations.
I'm in Stormblood now. So many cutscenes, though.
Yeah, about 40 hours to beat it.
Ready, my friend? Mm-hmm.
Well then. Tataru, I leave the rising stones in your capable hands.
Don't worry, Alphino. I'll see that the place is still standing when you come back.
Mistress Y'shtola has unfolded all. You are bound for Girabania?
Aye. The Alliance would have us make contact with the Alamegan resistance as soon as possible.
It begins then. As soon it shall in Doma, if the gods are good.
Is it easier to play?
Pity it must be now.
That thing up there.
I am sorry that we shall not be present to fight beside you in the battles to come.
Get used to it.
You have stood with us countless times, Lady Yugiri. Pray do not apologize.
Then let us thank you instead. You and yours stood with us from the first, when we came to this land as refugees in search of sanctuary. Loath am I to think what might have become of my people, had you not extended to us the hand of friendship. We will never forget. This I solemnly swear.
Much has changed since first you set foot on these shores. Revenant's toll stands as a testament to that. I'm sure your people will manage in your absence.
Indeed. They have built a new home for themselves and no longer need me to shepherd them. The time has come for Kosetsu and I to return to our master, to our home.
Which way we'll be going to?
I know how you feel. It's time I went home too.
Though our battlefields be 1,000 mounds apart, our purpose is one. Let all men hearken to the clarion call of freedom, of liberation, from Eorzea to the far east, that they may rise up and cast down the curse of Garlemald.
Take care, you hear me? When all of this is over, we're going to celebrate. Together. Just you wait.
I should like that very much. Fare you well.
Bye. Thousand miles apart, yet united in purpose. Let us pray both our endeavors meet with success, shall we then? Let's go! Wait, not just yet. I know you forgot something important. Elise, could you come with me? Me? What? No. I'm alright then if you insist. She's gonna give you a new outfit, girl. Desired to be light and loose, an outfit tailor-made to the needs of a skilled fighter like Lise. Receives to impress. Much more of this, and I may have to stop introducing you to Scion's receptionist. I start referring to you as our permanent seamstress. Lovely Tataru, thank you. I feel like I could take on a legion. How'd you like it? With that, I'll delay you no longer. Safe travels. And onward. Okay. Maybe I should dye my clothes. Although I like my outfit. this a new place? It's gotta be a new place. Accounted for. Me already, my friend. Pay that for monster. We should proceed. Okay, let's go. This is a new place.
I remember crossing the border, standing in Girabania once more. Me and my fellow scions, the warrior of light among us. Behind us, Baelsar's wall cutting the land in two. Freedom on one side, tyranny on the other. Tyranny and the promise of a new beginning, but one that could only be bought with flames and blood.
Ooh. Let's go attune to this Aetherite. Greetings, Scions. On behalf of the Azurian Alliance, I welcome you to Castrum Oriens. Thank you, General. We delivered here to let your forces secure the wall without incident. Have the Imperials made any attempt to retake the Castrum since then? None, save for a few skirmishes between our scouts and their patrols. We've had barely any contact with them. But we all know it's a matter of time before things escalate. As if attacking Baelsar's wall weren't enough, Hilbert summoned a primal rights on their doorstep, and the government is not like to let such shows of defiance go unanswered. Twas declaration of war, even if it's not Hilbert's to make, and now we are bound by it for weal or foe. The Scions stand ready to serve. General, what do you ask us? Stated in my message, the Alliance will not proceed without support and cooperation of the Alamean people. We would have you serve as our emissaries and make contact with their resistance. Consider it done, General. We won't let you down, I swear. Leave you to it, Godspeed. From the wall. Walk it to mine. Esther Garland, what brings you here? Certain missing Alenia weapon and Draconic Primal, Omega, and Shinru, I think the Shinobi called it. Anyway, we've been setting their trail of destruction, hoping it'll lead us somewhere, which is singularly filled to do. So it bears repeating that we engage the stasis systems, assuming the command was received and executed successfully. The weapon will be of no use to them, assuming we should hurry and find it regardless. All the more reason to reach out to the resistance. But to press on to Garabania, we'll need their blessing. It's counting on us. It's not wasting more time talking. Now let's go. Let's go. Alright. Eager to leave Castramorians. So you've probably heard there are plenty of factions in the resistance, so I'm taking this on somewhere else. What the fuck? That's funny. Their headquarters are located in a place called RHALGR'S Reach, an old temple in the east across from. I learned a route that should allow us to avoid patrols. So stick with me and I'll be there for you. Okay. Alright, well, let's try to pick something we can fly with. Whoa. Whoa. Uh-oh. Oh. What? Why is everything so laggy? Still with me? Good. From here we'll head northeast towards the river. The water's not too deep, so we won't have to swim. Uh-oh. I forgot what it was like to, like, pull shit. Can I fly? Guess not. Fuck, this is annoying. See, so it's good. Let's cross. It's part of Castelunville. That's what the Imperial decided to call the old bridge after they fortified it. I call it a great big eyesore. Honestly, you can see that rotten banner from absolutely miles away. You never miss a chance to rub our noses in it, do they? Come on. We should keep moving. Yes, ma'am. everything here is huge. Oh my god. Shit. Oh fuck. Oh no, oh no. Ah! Oh my god. Damn, everything here is huge. We're here on the other side of the pass of RHALGR'S reach. So you say Vossier's rocks were sooner a trick to this? Indeed, a glamour. Good eye, Shulta. Here's how to fool's garlands. Before we go in, I don't know if Tatari told you, but my friend Nago, messenger came in the Rising Stones as a member of this faction. So they know us and they shouldn't attack us on sight. That said, they can be a bit jumpy, so let me lead the way in. Don't go reaching for your weapons or anything. Bro!
Giving your accents, your character's accents.
No, I don't think I am.
You are.
North is Brigode, I'm asking dust, all is laid bare.
You just gave Alpha Note a British accent. I think you can catch up to Shadowbringers before it releases.
I don't know.
We have 3 weeks in until July 2nd.
Okay. It's not a lot of time.
I remember the old stories. How the Breaker of Worlds came down from on high and cleft the earth with a single blow. RHALGR'S Reach, a holy place, and a fitting home for the resistance, for the brave and the true, the loyal sons and daughters of Alamigo. They were waiting for us there, men and women whose souls still cried out for what was lost, for what could be ours again.
Forgive us our precautions, we couldn't be sure we would cross the barrier. We see enough where we are, though, the signs of the seventh dawn. Run as well as every visit, I'd like to give you a proper welcome. this way unless you had something important to discuss. I'm eager to hear what you have to say. Unless I'll do it in a dress event. Come with me. This is huge. I'm going the right way. Oh. This is huge. Look at it.
Allow me to welcome you once more to RHALGR'S Reach, our humble headquarters. My name is Conrad Kemp, and I have the dubious honor of overseeing operations here.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Master Kemp. I am Alphino Leveilleur, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, as are my comrades. Before I speak of our purpose here, pray allow me to thank you for sheltering Ida, forgive me, Lys, and Papalymo at great risk to yourselves.
No, there's no need for that. They risked their necks for us enough times. 'Twas the least we could do.
I wanted to, I mean, about the mask and...
Ah, don't fret over that. You're not the first person to take up arms against the Empire under a false name. We'd do the same if we had any sense. My condolences for your loss, child.
Papalymo laid down his life to save us, to give us a chance to make a better future for ourselves. There will never be a better time to drive the Garleans from our lands. But we have to take the lead on this. We can't leave it to fanatics like Ilberd.
More than a few of our people were taken in by his promises. Followed him all the way to the wall. Good men and women who never came back.
Yeah.
When Monargo told us what had happened, how the bastard had made sacrifices of them for his twisted ritual, by RHALGR it filled me with an unholy fury. But what's done is done. Best we can do now is see that it wasn't all in vain.
That is why we are here today, sir, to see that some good comes of this tragedy. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, we do hereby extend a formal offer of military assistance to the Alamegan resistance.
Do you now? Well, go on then. I'm sure there's more to it than that. So that's the way of it, eh? The Alliance, hoping to avoid a direct confrontation with the superior forces of the Empire, wishes to engage them by proxy with our vastly inferior ones. My comrades and I must confer on your proposal. A moment, if you please.
Of course, Master Kemp. Take all the time you require.
Take your time. of a no. Just pondering how best to make use of your leisure. I need to find, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see if we find ourselves in a situation for a time. Oh, forgive me, you're free to look around within reach. In fact, I'd encourage you to do so to give you a better grasp for our current circumstances. Master Camp, I believe, is just that. They need to find Aether currents again. Assess the resistance capabilities. Fred Booker knows his verse so well. Hey, let's on that. This place inside out, I can check out for that thing. Great, let's get started. This was made up of Alien Highlanders like me. The truth is, we don't even account for half. God has come from one world with their spine layer, plenty of superstitions like that go. There's even some beastmen men, I suppose, like the one over there, she's in the Utah. They've been with us for a while. One of the smaller factions has the best. One of them would do this one for the garments of them. They keep to themselves spending all their time crafting. To make the most amazing jewelry, by the way. They use magics to twist metals and crystal to shapes you would believe. It's a pity people hardly ever get to see their work. Then most don't even know they exist. It's never about them. Anyway, let's take a closer look at the statue of RHALGR. I'm saying it wrong. Inspiring, isn't it? The breaker of worlds who guided our ancestors to these lands us all centuries ago. They used to tell me a story of stormy nights she wanted to understand, to remember. Everyone across Eurasia besieged the heavens for a sign, and lo, a burning star appeared in the eastern sky and led the way to these mountains of Garabania. They who saved by his grace pledged to honor and revere him, to devote themselves to the great works without and within. Stormblood approaches fast, cells open, heavens weep, for no one soul doth lie beyond the measure of his reach. My last power was inscribed on the stone by a monk of the fist of RHALGR. Ida explained it to me. The day will come bringing strife and sorrow, and none may escape. Waste not these precious hours, but in quiet preparation make strong the body and mind. I don't know if that storm of blood is finally upon us, but if it is, I have to believe that everything we've been through, everything that has led us to this point, will see us through the end. Sorry. That was a bit melodramatic, wasn't it? Let's keep moving, shall we, off to the infirmary. Oh god. Oh, that was kind of awkward. Oh, let me go get this real quick. infirmary, as you can probably tell. Here's where the resistance healers patch up the wounded and tend to the sick. How carefully we plan our operations, casualties were inevitable. It's a sad thing to think about. It's also important to remember the costs, as Conrad would say. We should go. I'll show you the Aether closet next. I think I already attuned to it. Somebody had asked for actions to be executed earlier. I totally forgot. I got lost in the story. You've seen 183, you've seen them all, right? Not quite. This one's an older design, dated back decades to when the Fist of RHALGR was still here. Look a little different, but it works just as well as any other. I'll show you when the settlers are next, but don't forget to attune to the Aether before we go. I already did, I think. Oh. Not this one. Arms, armor, potions, you name it, these folks got it. The resistance would be in a bad way without the brave marches keep them provisioned. Wait. Rogue ninja, paladin, monk, samurai, lance dragoon. Oh, let me just take that, 'cause I'll say it's nodding and approving of the settlers. Blah, 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 blah. Come, take the measure of our friendly neighborhood merchants. Bold, a lot. Let me just plain. The pros will not the ribbon.
Thank you all for waiting. We have reached a consensus. I, Conrad Kemp, do hereby accept the Eorzean Alliance's proposal. You must understand, however, that our cooperation comes with certain caveats.
Those caveats being...
I take no joy in this, just so you know. Were it within my power, I'd offer you more assistance. But the resistance is far more fragmented than you realize. The men and women in my care belong to but one of many factions. Simply put, I can only speak for the people of RHALGR'S Reach. Now, I have every intention of appealing to the others, and I expect many will agree, but it will take time, and I cannot guarantee universal support.
Understood. I shall see that the Alliance is under no misapprehensions as to your position.
Much obliged. But that's not the whole of it. As you can imagine, the loss of those who cast their lot with the Griffin left us short on numbers. Some of our most trusted veterans died at the wall, and we've had to fill their posts with the young and inexperienced. Frankly, everything's in a right bloody mess.
Oh, we'd be more than happy to help you get back on your feet. If we're going to work together, we'll be doing ourselves a favor.
Well, there's no shortage of work to be done, that's for sure. We're in dire need of new blood, too.
Ishtola and I could lend a hand in the infirmary. From what I saw, they could do with a few more healers.
Very well. I, for my part, shall return to the Rising Stones. I'm certain there are others among the Scions who would welcome the opportunity to fight for Alamegan liberation.
Is there anything else we can do to help?
I had something else in mind for you, Lot. Monargo and Methrid will tell you more.
Okay.
Understood. We won't let you down.
Would that be? Right then, Monaco and Mifrid are to be your keepers. Learn out of what they require. One task is goes together. Make your choice, Noonan. Since I'm working on Bard at the moment. Oh, an Aether compass. Whoa, why do I have two? A familiar face forgotten, or a friend of a friend in need. Oh, let's go to Nago. Again, thank you, the science for patching me after blood over my life. to run off without saying a word. It's all well good at me claiming my duties here. Couldn't wait before taking anything. You at the very least deserve my apologies. Thank you. Not business. Wait, where's my Aether compass? Bring this out. Let's go. Where are we going? Gotta find Aether currents. Shit. Oh, there it is. Let's go up there. How do I get up there? Oh God. Great, now I can actually... Oh, I can't fly here yet. Imperials. Prenatal census, I didn't hear a thing. Risky, but we should split up and try to take them all by surprise. teams, 3 of us, nothing for it. Where are they? Head north, you should see them all before you soon deal with them. Once to the south, armor should be just west. Enemies best equipped to deal with that. We attack in 5, that should be enough to get into position. Rendezvous in the west bank after any questions? No. Good luck. So we're going this way. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Damn it. Shoot. Ah! Oh, fuck. Oh, wait. Don't I want to get that other southwest? Oh. This way? Northwest. This way. Oh, everything here is so huge. South? No. What? Oh. How am I supposed to get down there? Shit. Don't miss doing this shit. Okay, wait, let's go and finish. Oh, fuck. What the hell? I'm trying to go to the west. Northwest. North. Where are you? I hear you. Oh, bro. This place is huge. Oh my god. Okay. Oh shit. Oh shit. What is this? Oh. Wow. Northwest? Oh. I see. my god, I almost died. Okay. East. We discover a new location. Whoa! The hell? Oh. Okay, somewhere in here. To go around. Damn. Go this way. Oh. I don't think we can do this. Okay. Let's go. What? Okay, I think we're gonna put this away for a moment.